Hi, my name is Kayla Spear, and this is my informational speech for public speaking, and this is my outline. So I'm going to be giving y'all an informative speech on rabbits. So first off, when we see cute, adorable rabbits in stores or on TV commercials or anywhere, maybe on the front of a book, our first thought is, oh my gosh, that is an adorable bunny, I want one. But before we jump in and decide to actually buy the rabbit, it's good to think of the information needed to decide if you actually have the resources and the right housing for the cute little fluffy bunny. So realistically speaking, these small animals are not as cheap as you would think they would be. There is the adoption fee, and then there are simple necessary items like feeders, waterers, toys, and if you're thinking toys, then they also need edible toys such as grass balls, grass mats, huts, plastic balls, wood balls, anything that they can chew that would be good and healthy for them, and interacting. All those things cost money because since they're edible, they must be replaced. Another thing you have to think of with expenses is housing. If you have a larger rabbit, you obviously need a larger pen. If you have a smaller rabbit, then you need a smaller pen. So those are some things you would need to think about before deciding to adopt a bunny. Another thing to look out for are health issues. If you get a small, normally like your Holland Lops or your Netherland Dwarfs, which are your typical family pets, they are very susceptible to health issues. The biggest one being head tilt. Head tilt is basically what a human would call an ear infection, but for rabbits, they are deadly, as well as respiratory infections, which if they get, they can pass on to other rabbits very easily. So you want to think about how you would treat them if they were to get sick. So for head tilt, you can use silver, colloidal silver in their ears, but it is mostly recommended that you take them to the vet immediately. You don't want them to also get an infection. If they're playing outside and they get cut, then they can abscess, and that can also be deadly. So the best option is to take them to the vet immediately. When you're thinking of taking to the vet, that reflects back on your expenses. You might think it's a small rabbit, so it would be a small bill. Unlike if you were to take your big dog and it's a big vet bill. Rabbits are basically the same as if you were to take your dog to the vet. They're not cheaper just because they're smaller. So that's another thing to think about. You also want to think about, is your house rabbit proof? You don't want to have wires laying around, things that they could chew up and electrocute themselves with, that they're going to dig at your carpet, they'll dig at your furniture, they will chew anything up that they come in contact with. So you want to make sure that your house is bunny proof. You also want to think about other pets that you might have. Do you have a dog or cats? If you have other pets, then your rabbit needs to be under constant supervision if he or she is running around the house playing, because your other pets are bigger and therefore predatory instincts will kick in, and your bunny is not going to like that very much. So you've got to be present. You have to be around to keep an eye on your bunny and make sure that your other pets are playing nicely. So the best thing to do is probably just to have a enclosure for your bunny, like a playpen that you can put your toys in, that you can put feed or anything for them to play with, and that way they're supervised and in a safe enclosed area. Finally, you want to make sure that your bunny gets all the love that it deserves. You don't want your rabbit just to sit in a cage. So, while you're in the present moment thinking, I want a cute fluffy bunny to snuggle with and play with, in the long run, are you going to be home to play with it? Are you going to have the necessary resources to provide for it? Are you going to have veterinary care? Or do you have other pets that might injure your bunny? So you have to think about all of those things and make sure that it is all good and safe and that is exactly what you're looking for in a pet. So I would just say that, informationally speaking, make sure you do your research. Don't just jump in head over heels and get your rabbit before doing everything that is necessary to have the perfect home for it.